Hello everyone, my name is Arnav Mishra and welcome back to another chapter from my journey through world's great speeches. Today's speech is one of the most powerful speeches in India's freedom movement. Freedom is my birthright, delivered by Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak on May 1917. Whenever we hear Tilak's name, one sentence immediately comes to mind. Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. But this speech is much more than a famous slogan. It explains why freedom is a natural right, why self-governance is essential, and why every citizen, educated or not, deserves an equal voice in shaping the nation's future. Before we dive into this speech, let us briefly understand the man behind these powerful words. Bal Gangadhar Tilak, one of the earliest leaders to openly demand self rule in India. He was not just a freedom fighter, but also a teacher, journalist, mathematician, and a social reformer. Through his newspaper, public celebrations like Ganesh Utsav and Shivaji Jayanti, and his fearless speeches, Tilak awakened political awareness among ordinary Indians. His courage earned him the title Lokmanya, meaning accepted by the people. Now, let us understand what this remarkable speech is trying to tell us. Tilak begins by saying something very simple yet incredibly powerful. He says that freedom is our birthright. It is not a gift given by a ruler, nor it is a favor that someone grants us. Just as every person is born with a right to life with dignity, every nation has a right to govern itself. To explain this idea, Tilak uses famous example that everyone could understand. Would you like it if I entered your house and took control of your kitchen? It sounds like a simple question, but it carries a deep meaning. Every family has the right to manage its own home. In the same way, every country has a right to manage its own affairs. No foreign power should decide how another nation should govern. Tilak then addressed one of the biggest arguments made by the British government. They claimed that Indians were not ready for self rule. According to them, India first had to become educated and capable before it could govern itself. Tilak completely rejected this argument. He says that if people are never given responsibility, how will they ever become responsible? A nation learns to govern by governing itself. Waiting forever for someone else to decide when you are ready only keeps you dependent. Another powerful idea in this speech is that freedom begins in the mind. Tilak says that our body may grow old, but our desire for liberty never grows old. No prison, no weapon, and no force can destroy the human spirit longing to be free. Real freedom begins when people believe they deserve to think independently and make decisions for themselves. He then warns against another kind of slavery, mental slavery. According to Tilak, a nation becomes weak when people stop questioning, become selfish, or lose their courage to think for themselves. Ignorance makes it easier for others to control us. This is why he believed education was not just about reading books, it was about awakening the mind. One of my favorite part of the speech is Tilak's discussion on politics and morality. He says that politics should never be separated from ethics. A nation cannot justify wrongdoing simply because it is politically convenient. If political decision ignore justice, honesty, and morality, then eventually it harms society. Even today, this idea remains relevant. Whether we are leader, professionals, or students, our decision should not only be legal but also be ethical. Tilak also responds to another criticism made during his time. Some people believed that because many Indians were illiterate, they could not understand the idea of Swaraj. Tilak strongly disagreed. He says that illiteracy does not mean lack of intelligence. A farmer, a laborer, or a worker understands their own struggles and their own needs. They are fully capable of understanding what is good for their lives and for their country. He reminds us that every citizen deserves equal respects and equal rights, regardless of their level of education. This was a powerful democratic idea, especially at a time when many people believed that only a small educated class should participate in politics. Towards the end of the speech, Tilak gives it a call to action. He urges people not to wait for someone else to bring change. Instead, he asks every citizen to awaken the masses, spread awareness, and continue working through constitutional and peaceful means. He tells people that the time to act is now, not someday in the future. Although this speech was delivered more than 100 years ago during India's struggle against colonial rule, many of his ideas still speaks to us today. Today, freedom is not about fighting foreign rulers. It is about protecting our ability to think independently, respecting democratic values, making informed decisions, and accepting responsibility as citizens. Freedom also means using our education wisely, participating in society with integrity, and ensuring that our actions contribute to the greater good rather than just personal success. The biggest lesson I took from this speech is this: rights are meaningful only when we have the courage and responsibility to exercise them. Freedom is not merely inherited, it is strengthened every day through ethical actions, informed choices, and active citizenship. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this explanation valuable, I do love to hear your thoughts in the comments. I will be back soon with another inspiring speech from World's Great Speeches, where we will continue exploring ideas that have shaped history and still have the power to shape in the future. Thank you and see you in the next chapter.